Murder. Maintaining control. Violence and murder were tools the Bufalino family used to maintain control and eliminate threats. Russell Bufalino and his associates were implicated in numerous homicides, including the infamous disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa. Hoffa, who had fallen out of favor with the mob, was last seen in 1975, and his fate remains one of the greatest mysteries in American crime history. Many believe that Bufalino played a crucial role in orchestrating Hoffa's disappearance to prevent him from regaining control of the Teamsters and disrupting the family's influence. The Bufalino family, a legacy of crime. Early beginnings. The Bufalino crime family, also known as the Pittston crime family, has its roots in the early 20th century, nestled in the coal mining regions of northeastern Pennsylvania. The family's activities were initially centered around Pittston, a small town that would become synonymous with their criminal empire. The Bufalino family's founder, Stefano "Steve" LaTorre, was an immigrant from Montedoro, Sicily, who arrived in the United States in the early 1900s. LaTorre, along with other Sicilian immigrants, engaged in various illicit activities such as bootlegging during Prohibition, which laid the groundwork for the family's future criminal enterprises. Rise to power. Russell Bufalino. The Bufalino family's prominence soared under the leadership of Rosario Russell Bufalino. Born in Montedoro, Sicily in 1903, Russell emigrated to the United States as a young boy. He quickly ingratiated himself with LaTorre and other prominent mobsters, demonstrating a keen intellect and ruthless efficiency. By the 1950s, Russell had ascended to the head of the Bufalino family, solidifying their power base and expanding their influence. Extortion, the family's lifeblood. Extortion became one of the Bufalino family's primary sources of income. Under Russell's leadership, the family perfected the art of coercion, targeting local businesses, unions, and individuals. They demanded protection money from businesses, threatening violence or vandalism if their demands were not met. The family also infiltrated labor unions, using their influence to control union activities and embezzle funds. Labor unions and the Teamsters. The Bufalino family's control over labor unions, particularly the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, was a significant aspect of their extortion operations. Russell Bufalino's close ties with Teamsters President Jimmy Hoffa allowed the family to wield considerable power within the union. They used this influence to extort businesses that relied on union labor, demanding kickbacks in exchange for labor peace. The Bufalinos also diverted union pension funds into their own coffers, further enriching themselves at the expense of union members. Fraud. White-collar crime. In addition to extortion, the Bufalino family engaged in various forms of fraud. They were involved in complex schemes that included insurance fraud, loan sharking, and embezzlement. The family used their extensive network of contacts in business and government to perpetrate these crimes, often targeting vulnerable individuals and institutions. Insurance fraud. Insurance fraud was a lucrative endeavor for the Bufalino family. They staged accidents and filed false claims to defraud insurance companies, pocketing large settlements. The family also coerced doctors and lawyers to participate in these schemes, ensuring that their fraudulent claims appeared legitimate. Loan sharking was another profitable venture for the Bufalino family. They lent money at exorbitant interest rates to individuals and businesses in need of quick cash. When borrowers were unable to repay the loans, the family used threats and violence to collect the debt. This predatory practice not only generated significant income, but also extended the family's control over their debtors. Embezzlement and racketeering. Embezzlement and racketeering were integral to the Bufalino family's operations. They infiltrated legitimate businesses and siphoned off funds, often driving the businesses into bankruptcy. The family also engaged in bid rigging and other forms of corruption to secure lucrative contracts and government grants. Their ability to operate in both the underworld and the legitimate business world made them formidable opponents. Murder. Maintaining control. Violence and murder were tools the Bufalino family used to maintain control and eliminate threats. Russell Bufalino and his associates were implicated in numerous homicides, including the infamous disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa. Hoffa, who had fallen out of favor with the mob, was last seen in 1975, and his fate remains one of the greatest mysteries in American crime history. Many believe that Bufalino played a crucial role in orchestrating Hoffa's disappearance to prevent him from regaining control of the Teamsters and disrupting the family's influence. Key figures and their roles. Russell Bufalino. As the head of the Bufalino family, Russell Bufalino was the mastermind behind their operations. His strategic thinking and ability to navigate the complex world of organized crime ensured the family's dominance for decades. Russell's reputation for ruthlessness was well earned, and his involvement in high-profile crimes cemented his legacy as one of the most influential mob bosses in American history. William Big Billy D'Elia. William Big Billy D'Elia was Russell Bufalino's right-hand man and eventual successor. D'Elia was known for his intelligence and cunning, qualities that made him an effective leader. Under D'Elia's leadership, the Bufalino family continued to thrive, expanding their operations and adapting to the changing landscape of organized crime. D'Elia's ability to maintain the family's influence despite increased law enforcement scrutiny, was a testament to his skills as a mob boss. Other notable associates. The Bufalino family's success was also due to the efforts of numerous associates who played crucial roles in their criminal enterprises. These individuals, often recruited from within the Sicilian American community, brought specialized skills and local knowledge that enhanced the family's operations. Their loyalty and willingness to use violence ensured the family's continued dominance. Law enforcement crackdown. The Bufalino family's criminal activities did not go unnoticed by law enforcement. Over the years, various federal and state agencies launched investigations into the family's operations, leading to numerous arrests and convictions. Despite these efforts, the family proved remarkably resilient, often rebounding from setbacks and continuing their illicit activities. The fall of Russell Bufalino. Russell Bufalino's downfall came in the 1980s when he was convicted of extortion and sentenced to prison. Despite his incarceration, Bufalino continued to wield influence from behind bars, demonstrating the depth of his control over the family. His death in 1994 marked the end of an era, but the family's criminal legacy lived on. Ongoing investigations and trials. Following Russell Bufalino's death, law enforcement agencies continued to pursue the Bufalino family. High-profile trials and convictions of key members, including William D'Elia, signaled the beginning of the end for the family's dominance. D'Elia's conviction on charges of money laundering and witness tampering in the early 2000s was a significant blow to the family, but remnants of their operations persisted. The Bufalino family in popular culture. The Bufalino family's story has captured the public's imagination, inspiring numerous books, films, and documentaries. Their involvement in the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa has been a particular focus, with many theories and dramatizations exploring their role in the crime. Martin Scorsese's film, The Irishman, based on the memoir of mob hitman Frank Sheeran, brought the Bufalino family's story to a wider audience, highlighting their influence and ruthlessness. Legacy and impact. The Bufalino family's impact on organized crime in the United States is undeniable. Their operations spanned several decades, influencing labor unions, businesses, and communities across northeastern Pennsylvania and beyond. The family's ability to adapt to changing circumstances and maintain their power is a testament to their strategic acumen and willingness to use violence. Despite the eventual decline of the Bufalino family, their legacy lives on in the annals of American crime history. Their story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked power and the corrosive influence of organized crime. As law enforcement continues to combat criminal organizations, the lessons learned from the Bufalino family's rise and fall remain relevant today.